in from. Light it up, light it up, light it up. I want to know where you guys are calling in from. I want to make sure you guys can see me. Yes, light it up. Listen to me. Every time, there's so much energy. Every time I listen to ET, it's so much energy. It's so powerful. Every time I listen to ET, guys, light it up for me. Light up the chat. Tell me where you're coming in from. Go ahead. Type energy, energy, energy in the chat. Type energy, energy, energy in the chat, guys. Definitely want to make sure that you all are full of energy. Some of you are coming in from the West Coast. Some of you guys are on Central Time. Some of you guys are calling in from different countries. So I'm super excited. You got to think about what you just heard, right? You got to really think about what you just heard and understand how powerful it is. Go ahead and tag a friend, tag a friend, and tag a friend. Let me know, guys. Let me know where you're calling in from, and tag your friend, tag your mother, and everybody. Tell them, look, Mr. Boston is on. I need to jump. You need to jump on. You need to join this movement right now. Mr. Boston is on. I'm super excited, guys. Yet another leadership summit. This has been such an amazing movement for us as a unit, as an organization, because the lives that it has touched. I wanted to just kind of give you guys a forecast on that. The lives that it has touched doing this leadership summit. I come here. We come to serve. We just show up to serve. I said, look, it's not about bringing someone behind the walls to coach and to sit down and work up a special plan with them. Let me just go ahead and serve and give it out to the world. Let me give it out to the world and let me receive my gifts through serving with no expectation, right? Let me receive my gifts through serving with no expectation. I want y'all to think about that right now as we dive in and ask yourself, am I willing to wait on my gift through serving? Am I willing to wait on my gift through serving? I want y'all to think about that and type some answers in the chat, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you guys are. Type some answers for me. I want to hear. I want to hear. I want to know who is doing what. Are you willing to wait on that gift through serving? I want to know who's on here with me. I want to know if we're in the same space, because see, most of the time we are so concerned about us, about what we need now, financial needs now, that we don't see the bigger picture. And then you'll say, well, I'm not God. I can't see everything. And I smile when I hear these different things that people will say, because I always say to myself that's because you're not using what you've been given. That's why you can't see those things. So I ask that question. I want to know, guys, type it up in the chat, wherever you're calling in from. I want to know. I want to be interactive with this session, because as I said, giving you guys a forecast, it has changed so many lives. Guys, I just got back in on the East Coast from the West Coast, spent some time up in California, cultivating, dealing with business and connecting with individuals, and just also hearing about the blessing that, I don't want to say I stumbled upon, but individuals who you would think haven't been tapping in, has been. And individuals who came out to a particular event that came from different parts of the world, and they were like, listen, we heard this, we listened to this, and I want to tell you that I applied this and it truly worked. It truly worked. Or we're in progress of achieving some greatness because we actually been plugged in to this leadership summit. And guys, I'm super excited about that, because it has nothing to do with me. I'm just a stand-in. I want you to understand, I'm a stand-in. I'm a stand-in to be used. And this is why the topic right now that I want to talk about, and I'm just going to touch a bit on this topic, because I know it's a topic that I can dive in further with you all. But what I want to talk about as I realize this forecast, that I've been, getting from everyone, and people either reaching out via phone and said, hey, listen, this has changed my life. Are you guys coming to this particular place? When are you guys coming to this country? I'm like, wow, really? And I'm always in awe, because you may say, well, you're doing this. No, I'm in awe because I'm a stand-in. You guys understand? I am a stand-in. The team is a stand-in. You're a stand-in to be used by something greater than yourself. So if you can understand that, right, then your service and what you're waiting on will happen swiftly. Now, some of you came on the story probably saying, hold on, am I being preached to? And if that is the first thing that came to your mind and then your mouth went sideways, like, then you don't need to be here. That means that whatever greatness you're waiting on in that business, in whatever startup, whatever job you're in, then you don't even recognize that. This stand-in, this conversation that we're about to have, it's so key. Understanding being a servant. Now, the topic today is placement and position. Placement and position. Placement and position. So you should write it down if you're able to write. You should write it down if you're able to write. You should write it down if you're able to write. Right? Placement and position. And it's so key for us to understand that, right? What is your assignment? What is your assignment? What is your assignment to your business? What is your assignment to the job that you have? What is your assignment to your role as an employee, as a supervisor, as a manager, as a COO, as a CFO, as a CEO, as an entrepreneur? What is your assignment? When I ask yourself that, what is your assignment? We're talking about placement and position. What is your assignment? What is assignment, guys? What is assignment? Let's talk about that. What is assignment? Assignment is a noun, right? Assignment is a noun. A task, and you should probably write it, a task or a piece of work assigned to someone as part of a job or course of study. Assignment. I'll say that again. A task or a piece of work assigned to someone as part of a job, course, or study. Now, that whole definition that I just gave got so much. It got so much. See, I love reading and analyzing what I'm reading and interpreting what I'm analyzing. It makes me feel so, woo! I'm warm and fuzzy. I'm like a big kid. When I read something, I'm like, ooh. Or I hear something that's powerful, I say, ooh. I just said, what is your assignment? And I said it's a task or piece of work. See, task and work. 2 4-letter words. Task and work. 2 4-letter words. Assigned, right, to someone. So ask yourself, am I that someone? Am I that someone this task or work has been assigned to? Or did I assign a task and a work for myself? Did I assign task and work for myself as part of what? The job that I'm a part of? Did someone assign it to me? Or the job that I need to do to get my organization off the ground? The job that I need to do to bring recognition to my business. The job that I need to do to bring recognition to self. And see, the part that I like in reading that was course or study. That is what I want to hit on. Course. Course or study. See, you read it, and I'm like a big kid. Y'all don't understand. When I was younger, I was in a candy store. Guess what, guys? I didn't have to eat a lot of candy because when I get in there, I feel like my teeth were shaking because of so much candy. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, and I'm losing it. Like, whoa, so much candy in here. I'm about to go crazy. I need to get out of this store. Just get me one lollipop, Mom. That's it, right? Just one. Course or study. What is course, guys? What is course? Course is the route or direction followed by what? Some people say a ship, aircraft, road, or river. It's a course. It's a direction followed by. Now, why am I using, say, ship, aircraft, road, or river? Ship, aircraft, road, or river. Why? Why did I say ship, aircraft, road, or river? One, ship, they plan a course. And for the most part, they stick to the course. Same as with an aircraft. A road, it's laid, and once it's laid, paved, lanes are marked, that course, that road has ran the course, the direction they needed to. And of course, a river, it's already flowing. It's already flowing in its direction that it needs to go. So I want you to understand how important that is. Course, right? Course. Now, we said we're talking about placement and position. Says you guys should have course down, right? You should have course down. Let's look at placement. And that is where it really is, and why it's so important to understand your assignment, the assignment, so that you will be able to gain grounds, to open doors, to get success, to see the success, to accomplish those things. See, we talked on the last summit was so effective. What we were talking about, if you missed last week's summit, oh my gosh. You might have to go back and get the recording on podcasts or whatever, wherever the team puts it out there. But look at placement, guys. Look at how important it is. We talked about the course, right? Then you ask yourself, what is my course? What is my assignment? What is my course? What course am I set to travel? What course am I set to travel? Because if I understand or I lay out the assignment, then there must be task and work that has to happen. But there must be a course to follow. There must be a course. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing about understanding that or having that. Then you need to know or understand placement. You need to know or understand placement. As placement is extremely important because, see, placement, again, is another noun like assignment. Just like assignment. Placement what? What is placement? The action of putting someone or something in a particular place, or the fact of being placed. You need to understand that the action of putting someone or something in a particular place, or the fact of being placed. See, that's important. So we talk about speaking on assignment, placement in our life. What is your assignment? For those who say, well, look, when I hear about assignment or when I hear about placement or position, I may think towards my the way I was brought up, studying a good book or whatever part of the world you grew up in, learning a word, right? And a lot of the times I say to people, I said, guys, see, if you want to understand how to be successful in any area of your life, then you first need to be grounded with who you are and whose you are. See, we can't just run and not understand, as I said, that there's a bigger hand at work. We can't just run and not understand that there's a bigger hand at work. So listen to this, right? With position, as we talk about placement, according to text, if we talked about, okay, well, hey, this is how I study. I like to study and go from different books as I am reading and pulling things to be able to make sure I'm effective in every area of my life. Why? I always put the bigger power, the overall power in everything that I do. Why? Because I can't see clear unless there's someone steering, unless there's something that's doing it way ahead of me. I just need to stay focused, but I need something that's moving on my behalf. This is why I was telling you guys, I'm just a stand-in. When you realize that you're just a stand-in and there's a bigger hand at work, then the things that you're trying to accomplish in your job, in that position, in that group, with that new company, it will happen and happen fast. Because though that I said, are you willing to serve and wait? Guess what will happen? You won't even realize the waiting period. This is where I'm going. You wouldn't even realize the waiting period because there'll be so much happening in the process and steps. Remember, that's what we talked about, task and work. You'll be having so much fun creating the task, working them, and traveling the course that you will say to yourself, ooh, when did all that time pass? Now, let's be honest, people. How many of you have done things, or you look back right now as we sit here, wherever you are in the world, and look back on something that you've done, and you might say, wow, ooh, I can't believe all that time passed. If that has happened to you, go ahead and put one in the chats. Put one in the chat. Wherever you are, type it up, YouTube, wherever you guys are, put one. If that has happened to you, they say, ooh, all that time has passed. And people like to say, hey, time flies when you're having fun. Well, the time is going to pass regardless. So I want you guys to be transparent. If this has happened to you, like, whoa, all this time has passed. This is extremely key for us to understand how important that is. Now, listen to this, right? Position, when you hear placement and then you talk about positions, we talk about placement and position. When I studied, I said, okay, let me go to see what position is saying. What does the Bible that I read say about position? Because I'm looking at these books and I'm saying, what does it say? Well, in one aspect, it talked about position means abiding. It says abiding in him. And I'm like, okay, him meaning Christ, him meaning the Most High, right? Abiding in him, right? And so I said, okay, wow, where did I find this? I found this for those who like to, scholars would say, hey, go to John 15:7. It says that, right? Community. It says God's call, he calls us for a purpose. Now, so I'm saying, okay, wow, there's a purpose on my life now. Community, right? It's a purpose on my life. Now, when I looked at an analogy, I said, well, where can I find an analogy of this purpose? Then it showed me with Joseph. So, well, there's the calling in his life, okay? The things that Joseph went through. As they said, pit, prison, palace, the things he has gone through. So the positions he was in, listen to this, the reason why I brought that up, the position he was in, the placement that happened to him, and the position he was in, but in those positions, he served and got rewarded faithfully, not worrying about the time, because time did pass. See, some of us right now, we might be a little lost. Well, what is he saying? What is he saying? Guys, here's the thing. When I looked at that and I said, wow, look at how he was placed. And look at the position. He went in, he was placed. And they said pit. But then he went into the pit. And then got moved to the prison, but in there was serving and teaching. Position. But all of that had to bring about awareness and favor for him to get to palace. But there was the journey. So the task came, right? The task came and he worked it along his course. So when we look at that now and bring that to our corporate sector of our world, When we look at that now and bring it to the business acumen of the world, when we look at it and say, well, look, I'm an entrepreneur. I came here, I just want to hear about money. I came here, I just want to know how to win. I came here, this is your mind is done. Guess what? What is a placement position? So see, I went so I can know what I need to know, have the analogies, what I need to have to them to be able to learn, assess it, interpret it, and then speak on it. This is key. See, when you talk about placement, guys, what is a placement position? In your workplace, a work placement is a period or a supervised work. When you're in that work placement, some of you might have been in this position, didn't know, or some of you understand. It's a placement where you get supervised work, where all you'll have is the opportunity and experience working in a specific role with a company. That's what that placement means. See how we can talk about the reference of the study of the word, but now we say work placement. Wow, you're placed in a specific role. You're getting that experience that the company needs you to have. But here's the thing. Some people get into placement in life and they start frowning their face. People get into placement in life and don't understand that that placement is what's going to elevate them. Because see, that placement, it's a great way, ladies and gentlemen, to develop your skills and build your experience. See that? It's a great way to develop your skills and build up your experience. But what? If you're in the holding tank, we want to call it, of your business, if you've started something and you're, well, look, I just want to jump on the course. Well, what's the task? Okay, is the task itemized? So are you going to work these tasks? You're going to work them so that your course can be plotted the right way? Or are you just expecting that because you started, it should just happen? Guys, you got to just start. But then there's some things that happens that allows you to form the task and the work. So you get placed into a position and not realize how blessed you are in that position, but you find trial in the position overwhelming, not realizing you're being prepared. You're being developed to know some things, to be able to go off on your own. You're being developed to elevate from the mailroom to climb up the ladder. Are you guys with me? If you're with me, type with me. If you're with me, type with me. If you're with me, type with me. See, when you hear placement, so what is the purpose of job placement? Guys, see, job placement is a profession, right? Or they got agencies that help you to do this, right? Think about it. If you don't know how to place yourself and assign yourself for your own wealth, then there's going to be somebody else who's going to do it. Oh, come on, man. I don't think y'all are getting me right now. I don't think y'all are getting me right now. See, if you don't know how to assign yourself to the thing that you want to assign yourself to, or to really go with what you need to go with, or move how you need to move, guess what? There's companies that's going to do that. I know a lot of us know, well, we're going to call that agency because that agency is going to place me in the right position I need. Come on, y'all. Some of y'all laughing right now. Some of y'all are laughing. You know right now, you're like, ooh, I just call that agency because I needed placement. Guess what? See, we know these things exist, but we don't look at it with the eye that we need to look at it. Because why? You're so busy on a complaining scale. The noise you're letting in is disturbing the cerebral cortex. And all that noise that's happening is allowing you to miss the big picture. Ooh, somebody ain't getting me. See, y'all taking the noise. Oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God, don't go outside. Oh my gosh, this is happening. The numbers are rising. Oh, you can't fly. Oh, you shouldn't do this. Oh, you shouldn't that. You're missing the big picture. You're missing the big picture. You shouldn't start this way. Don't go to this one to borrow money. You don't know that. You need to go to your old grandfather or your this person or that person. Ladies and gentlemen, come on. You have to understand that if you don't assign yourself or assign your business to do certain things, what do they say? When you don't have a plan for your life, somebody else is going to put you in their plan. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Maybe y'all not with me. Did I see some with me? Are you guys with me? Are you with me? Are you guys participating? Are you know, hey, I need to know. I need to know. Am I speaking? Or am I, look, it's just wah, wah, wah coming out. You guys getting that same cerebral cortex thing going on? Or are you peeping the big picture right now? Are we peeping the big picture? Okay. Now check this out, guys. See, the thing about placement, there are certain types of placement that will allow us to grow, right? In every aspect of placement, there's a growth process if we allow it. But there's some placement, like, for instance, college placement. Your child or you, if you've gone to college, college placement, right? You're being placed. You take these tests for different, levels of grade, math, English, different things to check your academic skills, right? So these things are good, right? So then you're placed where you need to be placed based on the level of how your academic skills were. So it shows, check this out, it shows where you need to be. Now you say, well, I think I'm smarter than that. Well, if you're smarter than that, then when you test for it, it will show that you're smarter than that. You cannot say you're smarter, but then the results doesn't show it. So you cannot say that you're ready to be successful and your actions doesn't show it. You cannot say that, look, I am going to be the biggest in the job, but your work ethic doesn't show it. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, so when you hear, well, why did I come down here? See, it is okay. Listen to this really good. It is okay if your placement was a little lower than someone else. It is okay if your placement was lower than the standards that you're speaking out. If you are ignorant to a situation and show the ignorance, then you're willing to learn. If you show that list, hey, I'm the first one, I don't know, hands is up. I thought I did, but I don't know. That means you're willing to learn. You're willing to become a sponge. But if you sit there and say that, no, I'm great, I got this. You don't know who I am. I'm on the top of my game. I need you to understand, how long do you believe you can fool anyone saying you're on the top of your game? It's like saying, hey, I'm a great pianist. But then you have to play the piano, and then all you do is bong, bong, bong. You're not at the level of a concert style pianist, but you're saying it. So see, the action has to match, right? The work ethic has to match. So then you got to understand that there's like some placement, it's putting you, it's evaluating you. So when we look at these things in our life, right? When we look at our business, when we look at our schooling, when we look at the level in our job, you got to understand that there's always going to be a level of test to see where you are. That's why it's a task and work. Go back to those two. You got to hold on to them. Task and work. Because work must always happen, will always happen. Whether you like it or not, you're going to work or somebody's going to do the work and you are going to end up doing something for them. Let's be honest. So then, what is a good placement? What is a good placement, right? What is a good placement? When you start talking corporate, you're talking school. What is a good placement? Quality placement to me must be linked to either studies of your goals or your long-term career plan. You should write that down. Quality placement. It should be linked to either the studies of your goals or long-term career plans. So what are you doing? What is the task? What are you saying you're starting? What are you trying to, or where are you trying to elevate from? Where are you trying to elevate to? Studies of your goal, long-term career plans. What is the plan? Engaging and motivating. We talk about quality placement. They do that. They engage. They motivate students in college, in school, right? To have a good understanding of what they can gain from placement. They motivate them. This is the same aspect in how you should be motivated in your life. You should understand that, well, look, I came in here and I have my MBA, but they placed me where it's not my pay grade. And because you went in with your MBA, or you went in with all the knowledge and you were placed lower, you're believing that that is it for you, and you're believing that you should mumble and grumble all the time. No. Check where you are. Test where you are. Having the degree, having the accolade doesn't mean that you have the on-site qualification to do what you are trying to do, or what you're professing and saying that you can do. Because if you can, you will test at a high level. And if you test at a high level and you're placed lower, it's okay. Because guess what? There's a course that you must travel. Come on, somebody. I'm trying to make sure you guys are with me. There's a course that you must travel. See, all greatness in any organization comes from a lesson that must be learned. All of you on this call right now, you're always on your phone or your laptops ordering. Every day your doorbell is probably ringing, or 2-3 times a week. Amazon drop off. Amazon drop off. Guess what? He had a course that he had to travel. He got placed lower, even by himself, to say, look, I am going to back up and I'm going to step aside and go into a small office. My ideas are too big, but even me, who believe in my ideas, pitched it and saw that those who heard it wasn't in concern of my ideas. So guess what? Now I got to be shelved. I got to go in a corner. And that in the corner, for most of us, is an L. But guess what happened? It's one that should teach you a lesson, so that you will itemize the task, put in the work, and then, ooh, man, I understand my assignment. I understand what my assignment is. I understand that my placement and position is on me, based on me understanding my assignment. But if I don't understand my assignment, my placement and position, oh, it's on everyone else, because they're just going to say, hey, this is where we want to place you. Hey, this is where we think your position needs to be. Hey, you belong over there. How many of you have gone through this? Guys, if you've gone through this, let's be transparent. Go ahead and put 10 in the chat. If you've gone through this, put 10 in the chat. Let's be honest. Let's be transparent when we're talking about this. This is key. So we can learn from placement. Placement can give you inspiration, a student inspiration, for a project, for a dissertation, for elevating in your job, for hitting that new rank, moving from supervisor to manager to COO. Guys, let's be transparent about it. Let's be honest about ourselves. How can we be effective? And understanding how important it is when it comes down to placement. Guys, there's a book that I tell people all the time. I said, listen, out of the many books I'm always reading, and there's so many of them that I read over and over again, but I tell people a lot about Think and Grow Rich. Talk about that book, Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. I tell people all about it. I say, Think and Grow Rich. You wanna, it must be a read. In your library, you need to acquire Think and Grow Rich. You want to acquire Think and Grow Rich. You want to understand the principles that it teaches, so that you will understand how effective it is with your placement and your position. Think and Grow Rich. It's so powerful, ladies and gentlemen. I want you guys, if you don't have it, you need to get it. If you don't have it, you need to get it. I grabbed some notes out of one of the areas that of Think and Grow Rich that I'm always reading, and it's funny. One area, as I was looking at my notes and I was smiling, guys, and I'm always having notes. There's always notes all around the place, right? I say you got to write notes, you got to type notes. You should always be doing something, right? You should always be studying. And one of the things I talked about, even of recent, I was talking about power, how power is essential. And we were talking about as we're talking about this placement and position, power is essential, right? It's essential for the success in the accumulation of money, right? So you're talking about your placement and position. This book is telling you power is essential, right, for the accumulation, for the success in the accumulation of money. Power. So I want you to ask yourself, what is my power? What is my power? It's saying power is essential. It's essential for success and the accumulation of money. What power are you carrying? See, I like to tell people that there is a left and there's always a right. There's a positive and there's always a negative. So the power that you should be carrying should be one that will allow you to illuminate positivity, to understand your task, and to understand that you need to put in the work once you overall understand your assignment or create your assignment. You see that? Some people say, well, wow, well, how would I know my assignment? Well, you can create the assignment. You said that you want to open up a new business. You said that you want to elevate from the level of where you are in your life. You said that it's time for me to do things that I haven't done before because what I continue to do bring me back the same results. So I need to do something different. I need to shake it up. Guys, you need power. You need to hone in on your power. This is what it says. It said it is essential for success in the accumulation of money. It says plans. Plans. Listen to this. Plans are inert and useless. Listen to that, huh? Plans are inert and useless without sufficient power to translate them into action. Oh my gosh. I don't think y'all understand me. See, here I am teaching from my studies, but then I have some notes from the book, and I'm like, wow, look at the correlation. Plans are inert and useless without sufficient power to translate them into action. This is important for you to understand. And see, what they have here with power, they said power may be defined, for some of you who may not understand this, power may be defined as organized and intelligently directed knowledge. Woo! See, I needed to read that, so I don't want y'all to just say, oh, Mr. Boston is here talking. But what is the thesis? Where is these things coming from? Guys, it says power is defined as organized and intelligently directed knowledge. Power, as the term here is used, refers to organized effort. Wow. Organized effort. Sufficient to enable an individual to transmute desire into its monetary equivalent. Oh my gosh, the mic is dropped. The mic is dropped. I need you to understand how powerful that is. So how do you understand your assignment? How do you understand your assignment? How do you create your assignment? This is what he's talking about, that power. That power, ladies and gentlemen, to be effective in every area of your life. We gotta shut off that noise. We decided that we want to build something phenomenal for self, for family, for the community, for the world, the human race, whatever it is that you decided. Once you have decided, that is it. Once you have decided, this is why he talked about organized. He said intelligent directed knowledge. So listen to this. Information that you've learned, that you have taken in, you intelligently utilize this information because it's now intelligently directed knowledge. It's knowledge, and knowledge, ladies and gentlemen, when used to accomplish that which it set out to use, It's power. I'll say that again because I don't want you to miss, oh, knowledge is power. No. Said he talked about the power and intelligently directed and used knowledge, right? So here's the thing. When knowledge is acquired and used to accomplish that which you seek out for it to accomplish, and it does, that is power. Because you have finally decided. And once you have decided, you have lit a fire. And that fire that's burning is your desires. That's desire. So you cannot say, oh, well, this, I'm just in this, life just sucks. It's just not working for me. I just can't understand. Why me? Once you start saying all of those things, ladies and gentlemen, your business is doomed. The position you seek is doomed. Elevating from where you are is doomed. Getting to another level is doomed. Bringing those of greatness into your space is doomed. Why? Because you speak doom. Come on. You speak doom. Everything out of your mouth is because why me? I can't believe this is happening. All the world is. No. See, some of you say, well, it's easier said than done. Guess what? The time will always pass. So you have to and must make a decision today and say to yourself, I understand my assignment. I have created it because I decided, I desired it. I leashed out to acquire the knowledge that's intelligently directed to be used and accomplish the things that I needed to accomplish. And it did exactly what I set out for it to do. And though certain things may not have gotten to the 10 that I aimed, it may have gotten to 6 or 7 or 8. Guess what? Now I know better. I know what to do, but most importantly, what not to do. So now I have itemized my task and I have work to do. And in my work, I've plot my course. I am the captain of my ship. I am the author of my faith. See, you got to understand, once you profess these things, it's not just I write down a business plan or I come in, I went to school, I got the grades, that's it. Now I come in here, I'm the PhD. Look at me. Really? Because the work that it took to get there, it's now even more work you have to do when you position yourself. It's more work that you have to do when you're in placement. Because now that which you've studied was textbook. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now you got to have on-site. You have to have on-site. You got to work. You got to show people the action now. So most of us, we know a lot of what I like to say, hey man, it's a textbook junkie. We just study. Or we just come, we show up, we take notes. We're constantly taking these notes, but are we applying that which we are taking? Are we applying these things? Are we applying it to our life? And I want to know, ask yourself that question. Am I applying these things to my life? What is my assignment? What is my place? And this is why I referred and I went back so that I could understand. I said, you know what? I'm studying these student body. I'm studying the analogies and the different things that the Cornell and Harvard and the bulletins and these different things that they put out. And I'm like, okay, let me go back and see reference. I need to know if there's correlation. And guys, there's correlation. It's all across the board. One, it just comes in different waves. So what does it tell me? There's a blueprint to success that's already been written. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to plot your task, your work, your course. Take your course, put it on the right task level. All you need to understand is that it is already there. It is already done. That greatness of that job that you're looking for, the blueprint is there. You're going for a nursing position, the blueprint is there. You're going for a mechanical engineer position, the blueprint is there. You're going to become a scientist, the blueprint is there. You want to be a dream analysis, the blueprint is there. You want to be a racer, the blueprint is there. It's all blueprints is there. You want to be a financial guru, the blueprint is there. You say, well, hey, I am motivational, the blueprint is there. You say, I want to scream hallelujah, the blueprint is there. You know what's also there? You say, I want to be terrible, the blueprint is there. Are you guys with me? Go ahead and put some sevens in the chat if you're with me. See, the blueprint for all things is already there. You have to desire, you have to decide and say, guess what? I have plotted my course. I understand my assignment because I created my assignment. I will put that which I do not know all the power of the all-powerful, but I'm going to put them into all things that I do. And I am going to plot this. I'm going to lay out my task. I am going to put the work in, and I already understand what course means, the route or direction followed. I understand that placement, that I have to take action and put myself into where I need to be. I understand that, guess what? My assignment is the task or the piece of work that I have to do. And once you start and once you understand, you will accomplish. That is why it's always study to show yourself approved. Read to understand, understand to interpret, and interpret to respond. You got that? Read to understand, understand to interpret, interpret to respond. Because in all of it, we have to seek wisdom in our business, the direction that we head, where we're going, how we're going to win. So I know someone out there today needed to hear this. I know whatever country you're in, some of you needed to hear this. Because as I am delivering what I'm delivering, I need to hear it. I need it to soak up inside of my veins. Because I know that, guess what? There's some steps that I need to take. There's some things that I may not be doing effectively. Ooh, I need to sharpen up. I need to become better. Decision making. I'll leave you guys with this. Decision making should and always be instant once you have studied to show yourself approved. I'll say that again. Decision making should always be instant once all the information has been made preview to you and you have studied it and understand the fact. Decision making should be instant. No hesitation. Once you have studied, understand, and know the fact, and you hesitate, that is what you will get in your physical plane, your spiritual plane, in everything that you're trying to do. Guys, read the book. Think and Grow Rich. It's going to do you some good to acquire that additional knowledge. I'm super excited for you guys today. I'm super excited for all of us, for everyone that's taking their time out to jump on this leadership summit. I'm hoping that this leadership summit has served you well. I'm hoping that it has helped you as it has helped me. I continue to grow my organization, my team continue to grow. All who participate in making this leadership summit such a phenomenal experience for all of you, I want to thank you guys. But the leadership summit will not be a leadership summit without you all. So for you all that's tuning in from all walks of life, I want to salute you. I want to say thank you. I want to be grateful to all of you because I'm grateful to my Creator, the Most High, who I serve. I just want to love on you guys and say, let your week be a week of abundance. Let everything that you seek happen. You desired, and decided to start that business, to step up on a different level, to say that I want to hold a different chair in my office. I want to be the CEO instead of now being the manager. I want to own multiple organizations. I have a solution to problems that I see in the world. You've decided it. Guess what? Desire it, lay the task down, put in the work, understanding the assignment, and you will win. So much respect for you guys, so much love. Again, guys, tag a friend, tag a friend. Always remember, this Leadership Summit is here. We're here to serve you guys. Always remember, it is 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday, and we are live on location for the Leadership Summit. Thank you guys again for joining us. So much love, so much respect for all of you. You guys continue to be blessed, and I will see you guys next week. Have an awesome, awesome week.